Hi, welcome to this series of Cropping Inputs Diary. To start this series of 4 sessions of cropping inputs, I want to start building from the first and most important thing that we need to do, which is independent, comprehensive soil testing. When considering our inputs, good data and a full knowledge of our soil is essential. I don't believe in soil testing every year. In fact, I believe it is a waste of money and time. If the soil test is comprehensive, then we do not need to test very often. A comprehensive soil analysis will give us a complete picture of where our soil is at, with a report and recommendations that may need several years of applications before monitoring again. I believe testing once every 5 years is adequate. Note, I also included the word independent. This is very important, as many soil tests I see are corrupted with vested interests, in other words, manipulated towards the products they sell. I emphasise the term comprehensive because we want a full picture of our soil. Most soil tests I see are less than adequate, missing key measurements. This then results in a compromised report and recommendations. The first thing we look at in the soil report is the balance of the chemical makeup of the soil. The deficiencies and excesses will be shown, and the recommendations of inputs are designed towards balancing the soil. This process may take a few or several years, depending on the soil. Once the chemistry of the soil is balanced, then the physical structure of the soil will be ideal, leading in turn to enhanced biological activity. So the goal we are trying to achieve is a healthy, active, living soil working for us. Briefly, let us look at an example. Firstly, we can see the report is independent, done by a soil scientist and free of any vested interests. Next, we can see how comprehensive this report is. First up, we have the TEC, or total exchange capacity of the soil, which is simply a measurement of the ability of the soil to hold nutrients. This measurement is essential for how much application of the various inputs needed to balance the soil. Next is the important organic matter, and then pH, which is a symptom of imbalanced cations. So we look down to see which cations are deficient and causing the low pH in this instance. Back to the anions. Sulfur levels in the soil has not been given the attention it needs. Then we have here 5 phosphorus tests, so that the farmer has a fuller picture of where this expensive input is for them and just how much available phosphorus of the total phosphorus pool the soil has. Further down we have chlorides and salinity, and then trace element numbers. Further, we look at calcium-magnesium ratios and cation-base saturation percentages. Very important for balance and soil structure. The graph and pie chart give a good picture at a glance of the balance in the soil report, and below that a report on the total deficiencies of each nutrient that needs to be applied to bring the soil into balance. The next page lays out the recommendations where you will notice generic terms used so that the independence of the soil report is not compromised. I will expand on what we have just discussed in my next session, but in the meantime, now is the time for soil testing, and we have kits made up that we can post for you to do your own soil test by contacting us on this number.